we've been so hyper focused on quarterbacks all year. We look at all the yards and touchdowns and stuff, but I saw something today that really made me really think about like the field of what the quarterbacks are doing this year in terms of production. Saw a stat from Joe Burrow's Heisman Trophy year. He threw for like 4,000 yards.
He had 70 total touchdowns that year.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's like completely outlier, but we might have some 3,000-yard passers this season. So all that
He
to
had,
say,
he had 60 total touchdowns. Sorry, 70 would have been insane. He had 60, which is still insane.
still insane. Yeah. So
Yeah.
all that to say, what we're seeing out of Jeremiah Love is nothing short of incredible. He has been the engine behind all these dominating wins that Notre Dame's been able to pull off. And if I'm doing a fantasy draft or I'm a GM, I'm drafting him. I'm taking him number one overall. So for me, I think Jeremiah Love is number one in the clubhouse right now.
Yeah, his stats are impressive. 17 rushing touchdowns, 7.1 a carry, 1,300 yards, 270 on the receiving, 3 touchdowns, so 20 total touchdowns. And obviously, he's been the engine that has really made them go. As after following up, those 2 losses to open the season, and he was quiet in those games, but since then he had one game where he rushed for 57 yards. But other than that, 86 is his low point. And he's scored at least one touchdown in every game since the first game of the season. It's impressive, man.
Most impressive. Yeah, he's killing it. So at number two, I'm still rolling with Diego right now. He
Diego's got a real shot. And the reason
yeah,
being is the stat that you pointed out earlier about Vanderbilt getting to 9 wins for the first time, or getting to 10 wins or 9 wins, sorry, for the first time since like the 20s or 30s, whatever it was. And the stats he's put up are crazy. And if they go and they beat Tennessee, a very good Tennessee team that is playing really good right now, even if they don't make the playoffs, the fact that he is in the last 2 years has done what he's done at Vanderbilt. If he has a big game next week and they beat Tennessee, he's got as good a shot as anyone to win, not just to be there in New York, to win.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Vandy beats Tennessee, Pavia wins the Heisman.
Maybe.
That I think he does.
I mean, they're going to need a game from him to win. So that's the thing, though. Obviously, Joey Aguilar's had a great season for Tennessee as well. So it's going to be a high scoring game, probably much like what you saw when they played Georgia early in the year.
Yeah, it'll be a shootout. That's gonna be a really really fun game. Um, but I mean, Pavia's putting up numbers.
He's got 34 total touchdowns on the year. He's got
Yeah,
3,600 yards, completing 72% of his passes,
yeah, 87 QBR.
174 quarterback rating. Yeah, man, I think he's passed Gunnar Stockton in the completion percentage number, I think, or they're about
Yeah,
equal. So, hell of a year, man. Hell of a player for them.
absolutely. Just completely transformed that program.
Yep. Number 3, you got Fernando Mendoza, guy who had his Heisman moment, a couple weeks ago, but just has been an amazing player for them. Now, the thing is that the Heisman vote is not finalized until after conference championship. Lots of guys vote before then, but it's still open to then. They beat Ohio State. Now, I know you said you thought Pavia would win if they beat Tennessee, but if Fernando Mendoza leads Indiana over defending national champion Ohio State in the conference championship, and it's a week later, a week in which Vanderbilt's not playing, there's going to be some votes flipping his way.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point because yeah, I mean Indiana strolls in there and beats Ohio State, it's probably going to be because of a lot of production out of Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got 35 total touchdowns, only 5 picks. He's got, he's got almost 3,000 yards or he's got 2,600 yards passing, 200 rushing. So he's got some rushing numbers too. He's got 5 rushing touchdowns. So as good as we said Pavia's numbers are, I mean, his completion percentage is higher. Mendoza's is. So
Yeah,
he's got the
he's got
statistics too.
he's got 30 touchdown passes on 2,800 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, out numbers wise, Mendoza's got the best numbers of anybody.
Yeah.
He does, but it's not about the best numbers. It's who's the best player
Right.
and who's contributing the most to their team so that they can win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're talking about people who's contributing most to their team winning, can we talk about the next entry on the list? And that's my boy Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker from Texas Tech. They were by this week, but man, talk about a guy who's impacted the game on the defensive side on a football team that has been driven by its defense. It's Jacob Rodriguez, 97 tackles. He's got a sack. He's got 4 interceptions. He leads the country in forced fumbles. He's got 2 fumble recoveries, a fumble return for a touchdown, and he scored that rushing touchdown last week. I still think this is a guy who absolutely belongs in New York. I don't know if he's going to win because once again, it's an offensive driven award usually, but he deserves to be there.
Yeah, he does. And just a little inside baseball for everybody. So we make this list, and I always put like reason behind their ranking. And the reason that this one's on here is I put Street loves him. But it's valid points. And I think he definitely gets the invite, you know, to New York. I don't see why he wouldn't,
Yep.
especially if Texas Tech wins the Big 12.
Right. Right.
So yeah, great player there. And at number 5, just because we have Marcel Reed, the other people that were on the bubble I don't think they're really gonna make much noise. Like Gunnar Stockton didn't have, eye-popping number day against Charlotte, and some of the others are just still kind of doing it what they were doing. I mean,
Yep.
Julian Sayin is doing well, but I don't know who they still haven't played anybody. So we'll
Yeah.
see how they play this weekend, and that could totally change these rankings.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Your last one's Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed's on here because Texas A&M's a great story, and he's done a great job for them. His completion percentage is lower than a lot of these other guys, but his running game adds a dynamic. He's got 31 total touchdowns. He's got 8 interceptions. So definitely, Texas A&M, they go play the Big Ten or the SEC championship. My God, they beat Texas. They beat Texas and then go beat Alabama. I mean, you got 2 real high profile wins to close the year, so that definitely could bolster him up if he plays well in those games and they win.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if we ended the season today, that would be my top 5 that I would invite to New York. So let us know what you think. Do we have it right? Who are we leaving off? I know Ohio State fans are going to be so pissed.
Yeah, but we left the Georgia guy off too, man.
I know. So come on, we're trying to be fair here. Try. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you think, and give us a like, subscribe if you love college football, and that will do it for us.